Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're down in the shop today with the old 1994 F-350. Of course, you guys probably know this truck if you've been watching the channel for a while. This is the 94 F-350. This is my Power Stroke. 94 was the first year for the 7.3 Power Stroke, and this thing's a 1-ton 4-wheel drive 7.3 5-speed. Absolute beast of a truck. I love this thing. It does most of the things that I ask it to. We did have a hiccup back in June. Got a short in the engine harness and it killed 4 injectors, the ones on the passenger side specifically. That was a really fun experience, and by fun I mean really stressful experience, but new engine harness on this thing and we're back on the road. But we're not talking about that today because she's been perfectly reliable since June. Today we're going to do something about this. Now, the bumper doesn't look terrible on this thing from a distance, but once you get up close to the bumper, she does got some rot coming through on her. It's not terrible on this side, it's just peeling the chrome. But on this side, it is completely rusted through on the bottom. It's got this dent in it where they'd hit something. And yeah, I can finally do something about that, because over here on my handy dandy 1952 Willys workbench, I've got a decent bumper for an OBS Ford. Now, this bumper was perfectly straight and really nice on the truck it came off of, despite the fact it looks all dirty. So all we've really got to do is swap this one onto my truck. Pretty easy process because it's just 2 bolts on either side. Get that out of the way. But I do have one more little fun thing to do while we're at it. And what I've got to throw on this thing are these beautiful toe points. Now, they look pretty basic, but I ordered these from Engineered Vintage. They are, I believe, about 3/4 inch thick steel. I mean, those are really beefy, insanely nice. I'm going to be honest, I thought they were overpriced when I ordered them, and I thought, yeah. But after receiving them and seeing how thick these things are, like, these put the frame of the truck to shame. I'm super excited to throw them on. And I went ahead, and when I ordered them, I added on these shackles to go with, partially because I wanted the red to go with the red stripe. The red stripe on the truck. But also because these pins that they include, if you choose to add them on, they add like $30 to the order or something like that. I forget. You're going to have to look on your own. But they have the hole for the cotter pin, and they come with cotter pins so that you can throw a cotter pin in there and these don't fall off like they do. Jeep guys and all those types of folks, I'm sure, know all about it. These shackles fall off all the time. You lose them. Or the way you remedy that is you tighten up the bolt in them. You tighten them way up, and then when you're stuck and you need to use these, then it's super tight and it's impossible to get off. I've personally seen it a time or two myself. I don't ever want to deal with it. So these are nice. You can leave the bolts loose, throw a cotter pin in it, and then these are usable when you need them. Now, I don't particularly plan needing tow points on this truck, but I have actually used these tow hooks a couple times here in the yard, just moving junk around, and they've been super handy, except for the fact that these tow hooks that I have are bent. You can see how the mount is super splayed out. Let me grab the creeper, I'll lay under there, and you can see just how bent those are. Alrighty, coming in from underneath, I think you can kind of see just how bent that is. These tow hooks are really nice. I really like the design, the way they were mounted, everything, but they're bent, they're destroyed. You can see, you might be able to see how this one's twisted out. And so whenever I've used these, you have to hang a strap real particular. And then as soon as you're done, as soon as you release tension, your tow strap falls off these things. Somebody had the right idea. They just had, well, I think they had the right idea and the right execution. I think they just put way too much of a load on these at one point in time or another and just completely pulled the tow hooks, wrecked the brackets. Yeah. But we got a way to fix that, so let's go ahead and fix it. I've just got to grab like 5/16, pull the plug off of the bumper. I'll pull my license plate bracket off of there, and then a couple of, well, 4 bolts specifically. I'll pull my backlights out of here, If you guys haven't seen the video, I made these light brackets to go in the air pockets of the bumper. Super simple brackets, really nice. I liked how they turned out. And the lights are super handy too, but luckily these should go right in the new bumper. So yeah, license plate bracket, pull the lights out of there, 4 bolts that hold the bumper on, and we should be at the frame so we can swap the bumper and put on the new tow hooks. Alrighty folks, I just got these tow points installed. Tow hooks, tow points, whatever you want to call them. I guess I can't call them tow hooks because they're not particularly hooks, but they're all installed. Everything went nice and smooth. I do want to take a second and talk about a couple of glaring issues that I have with these. Before I start that, I do want to say I bought these 100% with my own money. It was all me. This isn't sponsored. I didn't contact the seller or do like none of that. This is all I researched, bought these with my own money. So I don't know. I'll put that out into the YouTube ether. I did get out the measuring tape. They are 3/4 inch thick plate, which is super heavy. Like I said, that exceeded any of my expectations. I couldn't tell you what I was expecting, but that exceeded it. I mean, just you can see the thickness of the steel plate compared to the frame of a 1-ton pickup, and yeah, those are made well. They curve really nicely around the spring hanger, which is really nice. Like, these are made for this truck. I like the cotter pin shackles. Those are really nice, so you don't have to tighten up the nut a whole bunch to get these to stay on. You have the cotter pin, and then when you need them, that's not over tightened and impossible to get off, which is a really nice design. And I like the fact that they offer multiple different colors. But like I said, I had a couple issues with these, and the issues start and end right here. They sent this awesome sticker with these toe shackles, which I appreciate a company that sends stickers with any order. That right there, it should go unsaid. It's the way that things should be. It's like an unwritten rule. You have to send stickers. My issue is they only sent 1 sticker, and I can't decide where to put this because this sticker is awesome. Look at that. My other issue is the fact that this sticker shows off the winch bumper that they designed for these trucks. And I feel like they're showing it off, and I really want one of these bumpers for this truck now. It's like subliminal marketing or something like that. Like, I really wanted one of these bumpers for this truck anyways, but God, do I ever want one of those. Look at that. Just, those are my issues with this order right there. They did include, oh, if I can pick it up here, instructions for mounting these tow hooks, which I didn't need because it's 4 bolts and it's pretty obvious where they go. And also a business card, which is really cool. Yeah, engineered vintage. I'm pretty stoked about these tow points, and I do hope someday to buy that bumper for this thing, but for right now, I have a rust-free bumper that I'm going to throw on. It's going to look really nice. I've just got to go ahead and get it mounted up. I did when I pulled the bumper. I had to pull the brackets off separate from the bumper just because of the way I ran my wires. I did that to myself. And when I put the new bumper on, I'm going to do it the exact same way, because what I did was I ran the wires inside, so they sat in here. And these brackets bolt on. Oh, they bolt on over there. They bolt on over there, and I ran my wires so they went behind the bracket, which I think is the best way to do it. And that's how I'm going to do it when I put the new bumper on. But that's what I'm going to have to do. You can see I've got a washer on here. It's the classic OBS Ford fix for a crooked bumper. The bumper on this truck was crooked when I bought it. I drove it for about a year that way, and it took me way too long, but eventually I fixed it by stacking washers on. And all those do is tweak the way the bumper's mounted. And you can see that washer's on the top. The other bracket's behind me. I'm not going to grab it right now. But you put washers on the top, and it pushes the bumper up. So it pushes the corners up so they line up nice and level with the body lines of the truck. Here's a picture of how the truck looked before and how it looked after. You can tell the before and after based on the crooked bumper and the not crooked bumper. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the new bumper mounted up, and we'll see how crooked it is and whether or not I need to re-shim it with these washers to straighten it out. I have a feeling it should be fine. I saw pictures, well, I actually saw in person the truck that bumper was on originally, and it looked perfect on that truck. It wasn't crooked at all. So unless the frame brackets on this truck are bent themselves, I shouldn't have to do anything to mount the new bumper on straight. Although, you never know. And now, looking at it, that bracket, the passenger side bracket, looks bent backwards. So I might need to stack washers on this one to straighten it out. But we'll go ahead and throw the bumper on first and see. It's pretty easy. It's 4 bolts now. These 4 bolts, or 2 bolts per side, here and here, and then obviously I have the other bolts for the brackets themselves that we'll go ahead and take care of, and then yeah, we'll get the new bumper on there. Alrighty. Well, I pulled the old girl out to the most scenic location that I could think of, which of course doesn't get more scenic than this, and thought I'd show you guys the final-ish product. I just noticed, I mean, I shut the truck off and just noticed that you can see how the bumper is a little bit out over there. And it's a little bit in there. So I've got a little more tweaking to do. That's kind of the thing with, or to me anyways, with these OBS Fords. That seems to be the thing, is you kind of have to tweak them, just adjust them until you like it. That's what I'm going to have to do. They're really easy. All you do is loosen the bolts and the bumper moves. Everything's like, it's not a complicated process at all. It just takes a little bit of time, tweak it a little bit, look at it, and you just keep going like that. And it's the same thing with the washers when you're shimming them. It's the same exact process. You put a couple washers in, see how it looks, take one out, put 2 more in. You know, it's the whole big cycle, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. Like I said, I do need to shift the bumper over a little bit, but in terms of shimming, like, I think it's pretty good. I kind of measure with my fingers just to see how it is. This is one of those things that nobody really notices, but I notice it, and that's the biggest thing to me, is that I know that my bumper is straight and square and true and not all messed up. I don't think anybody noticed when I fixed the crooked bumper. You guys have seen what it looked like before and what it looked like after. I really don't think anybody noticed the difference, but I did. And honestly, walking out after work and seeing the bumper nice and flat and level on the corners made such a difference. And those tow hooks, I think they look great. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the red shackles on those. They look great. The 3/4 inch plate, I don't think I'm going to bend those anytime soon. I can't honestly think of a situation I would be in that I'm going to use these that much, but I'm glad to know they're there. And after seeing them and seeing that they're this thick, this well built, well designed, I'm pretty happy with them. They were not cheap. Yeah, those weren't cheap, but they look great. They work great. They're designed perfectly for these trucks. Like, whoever engineered them actually took their time and made these work. These are not just some cookie cutter, you know, nonsense. They're not generic. They don't fit everything. They're made for these trucks, and yeah, I like the way they turned out. So yeah, there's just a quick little afternoon project on the old OBS. A rust-free bumper that's mostly straight. Still needs a little adjusting, but it looks great. Honestly, it's better than what I had. It's not bent in on the corners, and there's no rust down there, which is a huge improvement to me. And yeah, little by little, we're getting stuff done on the old girl. Just whittling away at projects here. So thank you guys for watching and enjoying, and I hope you guys like the tow hooks like I do, or I hope that was informative for you or something along those lines, or if it was just amusing. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.